Let's go Broncos! The Denver Broncos may have just pulled off one of the quietest, yet most impactful, comebacks in the entire AFC playoff race, and almost no one is talking about it. But after analyzing the numbers, the performance, and the ripple effect of some recent results, I'm here to tell you, something huge is happening in the city of the High Mile. This isn't just another late-season surge, it could be the start of a historic journey to the Super Bowl. What happened behind the scenes? Why are the Las Vegas bookmakers suddenly worried? And what is the Broncos' secret advantage that no one else in the AFC can match? I'm going to analyze all of that right now, but before we begin, click the like button if you believe in this team's playoff destiny. And if you're a Broncos fan who's been following the ups and downs for over 20 years, I want to hear your opinion. Leave a comment saying, "Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue." Come on, because what I'm about to reveal might change everything you thought you knew about this team's playoff potential. Now let's get right into it. The stars are aligning for the Denver Broncos in a way that hasn't happened in years. Coming out of the bye week, Denver holds a crucial lead over key AFC rivals, most notably the Colts. That win against Indianapolis earlier in the season is now proving to be a game changer. Despite some questionable officiating and a strange flag late in that matchup, Denver pulled off the victory, giving them a valuable edge in any potential tiebreaker scenario. But here's where it gets even better. If the Broncos and Patriots both win out, Denver clinches the number 1 seed in the AFC. That's not speculation, that's fact. The Patriots lost a key game to the Raiders earlier this season, a team that Denver handled, which means if all three, Denver, New England, and Indianapolis, win out, the Broncos hold the top seed due to that critical head-to-head differential. And let's not forget the home field advantage. Empower Field at Mile High is becoming a fortress again. The Broncos have now won 10 straight home games dating back to last season. The altitude is tough. The fans are loud. The energy is electric. You give Sean Payton 2 home playoff games to punch a ticket to the Super Bowl? I like our odds. I love our odds. And speaking of Sean Payton, he's proving why Denver went all in to get him. This man has turned the culture, the confidence, and the expectations in this franchise around. And it's not just the fans who see it. Odds makers have raised Denver's win total projection from 9.5 at the start of the season to 12. That means Vegas is now expecting the Broncos to finish at 13-4. With 6 games left, winning 4 is entirely within reach, especially when you consider what this team just navigated. 7 games in 37 days. London, Philadelphia, the Cowboys. And still, they're 9-2. And here's where things get spicy. The Chiefs might have won their game, but let's be honest, they looked vulnerable. 2 for 11 in the red zone over their last few games. Struggling to finish drives. Patrick Mahomes looked off, rattled even, and the Colts nearly stole that game. Denver held Mahomes to just 1 touchdown, didn't allow a single sack, and still lost, something that wouldn't happen under Sean Payton. That wasn't Kansas City proving their back. That was Indianapolis choking. Meanwhile, the Raiders are officially tanking. After showing a bit of life against the Cowboys, they got steamrolled by the Browns, who racked up 7 sacks in just 34 minutes. And guess who's on our schedule soon? That's right, the Raiders. This Broncos defense is licking its chops at the opportunity to feast on that collapsing offensive line. And speaking of defense, across the entire NFL, it's clear, defenses are dominating. If your team doesn't have an elite defense, you can forget about February football. And Denver? They've got one of the nastiest units in the league. The Broncos defense dismantled Cincinnati, a team that the Patriots barely managed to outscore. Drake May struggled big time, tossing a pick 6 and nearly coughing up the game. That Bengals defense is a shadow of what it used to be, especially without Shamar Stewart, and yet the Patriots only squeaked out a 26-20 win. Contrast that with Denver's performance and it's obvious, this is a team built to go deep. And while we're at it, let's talk quarterbacks. There's been too much noise about Bo Nix not being in the same league as guys like Drake May or J.J. McCarthy. But the numbers tell a different story. Bo Nix hasn't thrown a single pick 6 in his NFL career. He's taken care of the football, made smart decisions, and his worst game? 1 touchdown, 2 picks, still better than what McCarthy or May have been putting up. Even Josh Allen, a perennial MVP candidate, got eaten alive by the Texans' defense. 8 sacks, 2 picks. Denver faced that same defense and gave up just 1 sack. And yet, the national media roasted Bo Nix. Where's the fairness? It's time to start judging these quarterbacks with the same standards. Bo Nix is outperforming his peers, and Sean Payton trusts him. That matters. Just like Payton told us this team was Super Bowl ready. And now, sitting in second place in the AFC, it's all coming true. This is no longer a maybe situation. This is happening. The Broncos are for real. And here's where things get even more compelling. When you look at how this Denver Broncos team is positioned, momentum, health, coaching, and schedule, it all screams one thing. This is a team nobody wants to face in January. That bye week didn't just give Denver a physical reset, it gave Sean Payton a strategic edge. And when Payton has time to prepare, especially for struggling teams like Washington or unraveling squads like the Raiders, the results speak for themselves. That's where coaching separates contenders from pretenders. Let's break down why this final stretch matters so much. Starting with Washington, if Jaden Daniels is out or even limited, this could become a statement game for the defense. Denver's pass rush is already licking its chops after watching the Browns record 7 sacks in just over half an hour against the Raiders. That's not a typo. 7 sacks in 34 minutes. And Denver's front seven, playing fresh off a bye, is arguably even more explosive. After Washington, we roll into a matchup against a tanking Raiders team that's lost its direction and is only showing up to fulfill obligations, not compete. That's a golden opportunity to pile on. Then we head back home to face the Packers. And let's be honest, Green Bay isn't scaring anyone. Losing at home to the Panthers? That's not playoff caliber football. Meanwhile, Denver has shown they can dominate on both sides of the ball when they smell blood. Then there's the Jaguars, who are barely hanging on with a backup quarterback and a shaky defense. These are not coin flip games. These are must-win and absolutely should-win matchups for a Broncos team that looks and plays like a top-tier playoff squad. And then, the big one, Christmas night against Kansas City. It could be the game that decides the division. It could be a revenge game. It could be a coronation. But regardless of what's on the line, one thing is clear, the Chiefs are vulnerable, and the Broncos have already proven they can hang with and beat elite teams. If Denver wins that game, it not only puts them in the driver's seat for the division, it could cement them as the most dangerous team in the AFC. Now, depending on how things shake out with New England and the Colts, that final game against the Chargers might be a chance to rest players, avoid injuries, and let the depth shine. And that's a luxury not many teams can afford. But Denver is in that position. When you've got 12 wins, a playoff spot secured, and potentially home field advantage in reach are already locked down, you can focus on getting your squad fresh for the postseason gauntlet. It's also time we talk about the psychological edge. This team has belief. They have buy-in. Sean Payton said from the start this was a Super Bowl team, and he was laughed at. People rolled their eyes. And now, every word he said is becoming reality. That confidence, that resilience, is the X factor. When the games slow down, when playoff football becomes a chess match, it's leadership, on the field and on the sideline, that wins championships. And Denver has both. Let's not overlook Bo Nix either. This guy has taken heat from the national media since the draft. They said he was too raw, that he didn't have the arm, that J.J. McCarthy or Drake May were better picks. But look at the tape. Bo is efficient, composed, and most importantly, he wins. He protects the football. He moves the chains. And in this era of defensive dominance, that's exactly what you need. He's not the flashiest, but he's the one winning games. The narrative around Bo Nix is going to change very quickly if Denver keeps this pace. And it should. Everywhere you look, this team is checking boxes. An elite defense, a smart, composed quarterback, a Super Bowl winning head coach, a favorable schedule, a rabid, passionate fan base, 10 straight home wins. All the pieces are there. And the AFC, as Cody Rohr pointed out, is more wide open than we've seen in years. There's no juggernaut this year. No unbeatable dynasty standing in the way. And when that happens, the team with the strongest foundation, the one with the fewest flaws, is the one that makes the run. So the question now is not can the Broncos do it? It's who is going to stop them. Because right now, it looks like Denver is on a warpath. And it's not just about making the playoffs anymore. It's about making a statement. It's about redemption. It's about proving that when Sean Payton said this was a Super Bowl caliber team,